Okay, hi, this is show four. All right, there we go. We're getting through this inch by inch. All right, hi, my name is Paul Slatkus, and we're at show four. So exciting, our six-part series for Earth and World Water Day, our concert in Times Square on April 22nd was a very big success, and we're so excited. And it's a success because of all the people that were in the show. So I suggest you take a moment and look at one, two, and three. Tons of good people doing good things for Mother Earth. And now we're up to four. And then we start off with our friend Robbie Schultz from the Bear Creek Smokehouse down in Marshall, Texas. And PJ Anderson, Golden Bay Distillery, and they come out of New Zealand. A great gin and vodka, no doubt about it. Greek National Tourism shares some of their sustainability with us and happening in throughout Greece, and a beautiful commercial about the country. Visit Greece.gr. David Hernandez, singer and was in the American Idol, did very well. Sophia Angelica, another singer and entertainers, won a bunch of awards. That's good. Indigo Girls, twins, and our friends for so long. They've been involved with our Peace Day efforts. They sing, they dance, they write. They're really super artists. Karen Wagner is the co-founder of You Got This Kid, and that's a great organization with Chuck Saya and his wife, and we love them. And because they're doing good things for lupus, they're doing good things for educating young people about leadership, and so that's really wonderful. And we have actually representatives because they have two books, one for more seniors and young leaders, the other one's for children. We have Brooklyn and Savannah McGinnis, Courtney McGinnis, who's a professor up there at Quinnipiac University, shares good thoughts as well. So it's all good here. And then we have Blinded organization with Sean Callegry and Adrian Quintano, uh, talking about important things. Adrian really shares something about her family and her dad and his history in business, but coming out and after a corporate life with Mobile, I believe, and coming out into the Environmental Protection Agency. So that was good. And then we close here with our president of Quinnipiac University, Dr. Judy Olian, who's doing a great job up at Quinnipiac, and a proud graduate. All right, here we go. Show number four. Stay tuned for 5 and 6. All good. Thanks. All right, now we learned about rescue dogs and a wonderful museum out there in Long Island. Let's go down to Marshall, Texas with our good buddy Robbie Schultz at the Bear Creek Smokehouse, where animals are very important and water is extraordinarily important. After Robbie, we're going to go to New Zealand, where PJ Anderson is going to talk about gin and vodka, also made from water, and how the purity of the water in New Zealand is so well respected. So we have two very, very interesting people here right now. Here we go. Let's talk about, because we just finished the Earth Day broadcast and with a focus on water. And tell us about, water, no water, too much water. What's that like on a farm like yours and a business like yours?
Well, I, I can tell you, Paul, it's critical. Um, we've got to have water. Last year, and the good Lord decides when we get it and when we don't. But last summer, we had quite a drought here in East Texas, and um, I've got about 200 head of cows, and our grass situation got down to nothing, and so we had to actually start feeding hay in August, um, which it our cows went into the winter already, kind of limping just a little bit. But water is essential to life, for not only humans but for every creature that crawls on the earth. And I think it's a it's a must have. We can do without a lot of things, Paul, but we can't do without water.
Didn't you have a well on the land also?
Oh yeah, we've got several wells on the place there. Yes, sir, we sure do. And we try not to use it unless we need it. So, um, I've got an aunt and uncle that live down in the hill country of Texas, and water is so scarce down there. They have built water catchment systems on their house where when it rains, the water goes in a gutter and it's pumped into a tank that holds it until which time they need it, and then it's pumped back out into the house. It goes through some type of a light process that purifies it, makes sure there's no microorganisms in it and that sort of thing. And so they recycle water like crazy down there. I wish we did that here.
Yeah, no, this is a big issue, no doubt about it. We're going to put you in the show here also, water show, because you're living and you're living with it, ups and downs, and
Yeah.
and I'll answer one other one. I mean, there's other additional climatic concerns in this world. We have tornadoes, we have unfortunately, there's a lot of realities, hurricanes, and so on. How about that? Does it affect you down there? Have you been affected?
You know what? We're far enough away from the coast that we don't ever get any really violent wind or anything. But on many occasions, we've gotten some nice rain from a hurricane coming into the coast. Tornadoes, yes, we get those here pretty regular. We're kind of in what I call Tornado Alley right here in Marshall and or outside of Marshall. They're all the time, coming through here. We had one not all that long ago actually come through, and it went over the parking lot of the general store. It thank goodness it wasn't, on the ground, but yeah, it's a real deal. There's a lot of weather that goes on for sure.
No doubt about it. And you're a business, you're a farmer, a cattle ranger. I mean, you have to have peace in that area, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's for sure. And we have to have enough water, so that we can have the grass to grow the hay to feed the cows through the winter, because the frost kills our grass, in the early fall.
There you go. It's the cycle of life.
It is. It really is. And water is like the number one thing we got to have to make all that work.
All right,
And
Rob,
for sure,
I love you. Give me the website again.
the website,
Yeah.
bearcreekhouse.com, brother.
All righty. Well, I keep threatening you. I'm coming down there, and it's going to be this year. I'm going to have to figure it out for this year because it's the 80th anniversary.
Yeah. Think about the fall, Paul.
Okay.
That would be a great time for you to come. It'd be cool off back by then, and there's just a lot of activity going on at the store. Plus, I got that 100-foot roll of red carpet I'm rolling out whenever you show up.
You'll have maybe one slice of brisket left for me?
Of course. All you can eat, brother.
All right, Robbie, great to see you. Thanks, my brother.
Thank you. Have a great day, Paul.
You too. Bye-bye. All right, hi, Paul Slatkis. Pause the world for peace. And I just met a wonderful gentleman here. He's PJ Anderson. Hi, PJ. How are you?
Very well, thank you. On a fine Friday.
Oh, well, it's all good every day, every moment, every minute. And I sensed, and since we we broke bread at El Turco's out there in East Hampton, and every moment is a good one, especially if you have a good mindset, a good sense of humor, and you have that, PJ. Really,
Thank you. It's very kind of you.
You're from originally from where? Where are you from?
I'm a South African.
Okay. And you're now, though, if I understand this right, this Golden Bay distillery is out of New Zealand?
Absolutely. Right? Correct. Yeah. So we have a distillery based out of New Zealand, and we manufacture a variety of products. In the US, it's the vodka and the gin that we have here.
All righty. And I've tasted the gin, and I haven't tasted the vodka yet, but I will. In any case, we're we're believers in the use of alcohol to a degree, and we're believers in the realities of how it's made and created. You know, without this subject of what we're involved here, Earth Day, we're talking about, and water, World Water Day. Without world water and without Mother Earth, you can't make vodka. You can't make, and you sure can't make it well. Uh, and so, tell us about. You mentioned something to me that in lunchtime about water in New Zealand and how precious it is to the country and thusly into your vodka and gin. How does that come around?
Absolutely. So as you mentioned, New Zealand is sort of known for having incredibly clean ingredients and a big focus, on making sure that farming practices, are ecologically sound with a view to protecting the environment because it is so beautiful. We believe that, you have more than a duty, but you have an obligation to protect the environment when you've given a gift such as you found in New Zealand. And to answer your question around the water, where the distillery is, we're privileged to sit above a aquifer which feeds a spring, which is known as the clearest spring water in the world. The visibility there was tested by the National Institute of Water and Atmosphere at 63 meters. Just so you know, distilled water has a visibility of 80 meters. And just up the road from us is a lake called the Blue Lake in Nelson, which has almost between 70 and 80 meters of visibility, which is quite astounding. And that gives the product a viscosity. There's a fatness to the water, which is part of the story, because as you know, almost 60% of your spirits is water-based. So having a water is definitely part of the story.
Beautiful. Who's the lovely lady behind you on your picture there, and where is that?
So this is in the distillery in New Zealand, and that's Sue Benjamin. And Sue's a little bit of the secret behind our gin.
Okay.
She created what's the world's easiest sipping gin. And it is a very delicate gin, very easy to drink, as I think you can attest. Some call it dangerous. It's dangerous. And she created that. And just so you know, the reason we call it Champions Gin, because it's all about champions in our lives who make us who we are. So we all have someone who is there for us. And so when we drink this gin, we express thanks to them. And the toast is to champions. May we know them and may we be them.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And you also, when people get that, there was something about the bottle that potentially had some nonprofit or do good side to it. What was that?
Absolutely. So the Champions Gin donates money to Sport for Good, which is using sport to break down racial, gender, and sexuality barriers. And we've basically got a few launches coming up where we're doing some things where almost the majority of the money is going to go to fallen officers as the first one. And then we're going to do something in conjunction with the Yogi Berra Museum and a famous Yankee, Ron Guidry. And the Yogi Berra Museum, so you know, is using education, teaching kids about leveraging sport to break down barriers. So these are very closely aligned with what we want to do.
Wow, right now it's very timely. They're coming out with a movie for Yogi Berra.
Absolutely. Yes. No, absolutely. We're very fortunate of that. So we're hopeful to let people share the beauty of Champions Gin soon.
It's not over till somebody sings. And so I think's the name of the movie even. It's such a classic line. And he was such a, being from New York, he's historic and loved. There's been no probably catcher that's ever been as loved as Yogi. That's nice that you've done that. We started off though with your juju, and you tell us about that as well, please.
Perfect. Yeah. So if you don't mind, I'll show the juju as well. So juju is as based upon the simple idea that when you drink, come together, you share good juju with people who possess positive vibes, and out of those positive vibes, you get incredible things will happen. There's all sorts of symbolism on the bottle, like the butterfly, which you can see over here. And that's just about the butterfly effect that, through a very simple act on your behalf, you can change someone's life. The pronunciation of Jojo in Mandarin, interestingly, means the same as Juju. And there's two cultures many, many miles apart from each other that at their core have a very similar world. And my view is that if you believe in the principles of inclusivity, because obviously, key is basically working together. There's a great African proverb, which is alone we can go faster, but together we go further. If you believe in the principles of abundance, abundance, the opposite of that is scarcity, and scarcity is used to divide us we fight over resources. And then finally, compassion and action. And that's all about, if you see something wrong in the world, take action and do something similar to what you're doing, highlighting, issues in the world and making sure that people get out there and do something about it.
I learned on this, I like this show called Jeopardy. I love to watch Jeopardy because I like little fun facts. And one of the fun facts that they said last night, we're going to go back to the Juju, but was the Greek word for people getting together, and it was autonomy was the word. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
And I thought they also, discovered the democracy. And when you go to Athens, you see where this is the land of the location for democracy, autonomy, similar mindset of what you're talking about. And I just so you know, right after our conversation right here now, I'm putting up Greece, the Greece National Tourism.
Fantastic.
Okay, with beautiful waters and a gorgeous home as well. Tell us though the words. I don't know if I'm catching this Juju.
Sure.
And if you could hold the bottle up one more time.
Absolutely, sure.
This is actually everybody I saw the bottle. It glows. You have a blue. How do you got blue in it? And then you have little butter. Don't you have something inside the bottle?
Yeah. So there's little 8s and 9s, and again, I don't know if you can see them, but they basically float the 8s and 9s. And in Mandarin, 9 is Joel, which means lots of. 8 is money. So again, good fortune. So it's all about good karma is the alternative word that people will use for good juju. And I'm just a big believer, when you bring good people together, you can do just incredible things together. And you want to seek out those positive people who give off good juju, because those are the people who want to solve problems.
Where can people purchase this? I know you haven't probably been in America that long. I don't, or maybe you have, but where can somebody? All right, so I own a bar in Oklahoma. So how can I get what you're selling here?
Perfect. So online is where we're easiest to find right now. Our website in the US is www.goldenbaydistillery.com, because you can see both the Juju and the Champions Gin there. Alternatively, www.jiruvodka.com if you just want the Juju.
Gorgeous. I'm going to ask you one last question, and I'll show a little video too, but or we have during the time, we'll see. And what is, just because you're such a super guy, PJ, what is peace for you? What's peace for you?
So peace to me is basically living in harmony. And it gets back a little bit to the Juju story we spoke about, because as long as you've got communications, you have the possibility of peace. If you don't have communication, if you don't have people coming together, if you have people living separate, it's a disaster. We've got to come together and basically solve problems.
There you go. Autonomy. You're fantastic, man. Thanks, PJ.
No, thank you, Paul.
You take care. Bye-bye.
Absolutely. Appreciate it.
Greek National Tourism Organization. We met our good friend Konstantinos Charakopoulos, and Konstantinos just gave some beautiful pictures of Greece, and sure would like to be there. We've been there before, and with our Good News broadcast, and we'll be there again. So Konstantinos and the Greek National Tourism Organization, thank you so much for joining the show.
Hernandez is going to come up and sing and entertain us. He's American Idol finalist, season 7. He's also appearing in an off-Broadway at AMT Theater in Naked Boy Singing. He's going to sing 2 songs. Yeah. How you doing?
I'm great. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you
You're
doing?
looking good. I like the suit.
Oh, thank you very
All
much.
right.
How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. It's New York City. Come on.
How you doing?
Doing great.
All right, he's doing great. We got that resolved now, and now he can perform. All right, go for it. You want to say something, though, please?
I just want to say Happy Earth Day, y'all. Let's go.
Let's go. Hit it.
Ooh, the stars are in the sky, they're starting to align. I see you passing by, and we're slowing down the time. Now my love is flashing by, all I see is flashing lights. You're right here by my side, can you feel it come alive? If this were a love song, would you be mine? 'Cause I just can't get you off of my mind, and I think about you all day and night. So I wrote you a love song. Baby, you're beautiful. I think you're beautiful. So damn incredible, so unforgettable. Yes, I think you're beautiful. Baby, you're beautiful. I think you're beautiful. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. From the moment that we touched, nothing could stop the rush. You always pick me up, pick me up, pick me up. And now I'm feeling so much love, I just can't get enough. So come on, lift me up, lift me up, lift me up. A love song, would you be mine? 'Cause I just can't get you off of my mind, and I think about you all day and night. So I wrote you a love song. Come on, y'all. Baby, you're beautiful. I think you're beautiful. So damn incredible. You're unforgettable, baby. So tonight, it's just you and I, and we're on fire. No one burns it brighter. So damn incredible, so unforgettable, beautiful. I think you're beautiful, so damn incredible, so unforgettable. Yes, I think you're beautiful. So tonight, you and I, run it right. So damn incredible, so unforgettable. I think you're beautiful. Yeah, baby, you're beautiful.
Happy Earth Day, y'all.
I said, baby, beautiful.
Thank you so much. I wrote this next song about mental health, anxiety, depression, and I hope you guys can relate.
Lonely, seems like the road I'm on is lonely. Concrete, I built my walls so high that 20 feet. And people say it'll be okay. It's only you standing in your way. They say I'm trying hard not to crack or break. but the pressure feels more than I can take. I can take. When it rains, it pours, and I feel insecure. Parties, I hide my pain from strangers I meet. Distract me. Anxiety makes it so hard to breathe. And I know that I'll be okay. I've made it through worse. God, hear my praise. Oh, a deep breath from 10 to 1. Open my eyes and see there's nothing wrong, but oh, it's wrong. When it rains, it pours. And I feel insecure. When it rains.
But have you ever thought, what if this is all just a dream?
It pours, 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 baby.
Once you
And I
realize
feel,
that
and I
all the
feel,
shame
and I
you
feel
carry
so insecure. I'm alright.
Stop trying so hard, and you surrender to the knowing that you don't know anything.
Thank you guys so much. I'm David Hernandez. Follow me on Instagram at dhernandezmusic. Round of applause for Earth Day one more time, y'all. Thank you guys so much. Unify. God bless.
Right on, right on, right on. That was gorgeous. That was beautiful. Finalists, you got it. What's that show called? American Idol. Thank God for American Idol. Thank God for You Got Talent. Thank God we're going to have more talent coming on stage right now. The bottom line is the good news in television, being 50 years myself, CBS, PBS, I started the Share Show, and Carol Burnett, is that those kinds of music entertainment shows are back. So for these last maybe 10 years or so, entertainment, culture is very healthy for the world. Okay, and talking about culture, actually we're talking about this next performer. She's won a prize from Marvin Hamlish. Okay, it just so happens Marvin Hamlish is a member of our Actors Temple right down the street here. And then it's all good. Sophie, Angelica, please join us, and we're very happy to have you. I met you also through Wonderama and Chuck and Little Chucky. And, you know, what else can we ask for?
Hey,
You want to
Paul.
say something?
I just want to say Happy Earth Day, everyone. How's everyone feeling out here? Yeah, it's the weekend. We've got to celebrate. And it's Earth Day. So let's just get going and we'll go from there.
Got you beat.
Why do we fail to understand? We take away the rights that we all share. Fighting fire with fire, unaware. The rising smoke is poison in the air. So much pain existing in the world. People hurt in ways they don't deserve. one hears your cries for help, wondering if you ever will be found. Forget the negativity, bring back the positivity. We can't last like this no more. Don't give in to the haters, because all they do is hate us. We can't keep living in this war. Replace every hateful thought with love. Instead of saying down, get up. Don't let anyone take your voice. Speak up. Shaken, too afraid to take a stand. You get beat down before you get a chance. But you catch yourself before you hit the ground. Being who you are is not allowed. Speak up, fight back, turn up the sound. Replace every hateful thought with love. Instead of staying down, get up. Don't let anyone take your voice. Speak up, speak up, fight back. Speak up, speak up, yeah. All right, so right here is when my rapper friend, collaborator, Trevomatic's supposed to go on. I'm not gonna rap, but happy Earth Day, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here in the middle of Times Square. Without the earth, without nature, we would not be here right now. We would not be singing right now, which is why my next song is inspired by nature. It's the one that won the Marvin Hamlish Award. But I just want everyone to have fun with me right now. Clap along, get up and dance if you want. Replace every hateful thought with love. Instead of staying down, get up. Don't let anyone take your voice. Speak up, speak up. Fight back, speak up, yeah. All right, this song is just about speaking up and raising your voice about things that you believe in. So that's what Earth Day is all about. We have to protect nature, we have to protect the world around us so that we can protect ourselves and support each other. This next song is called Flying On. I was told I was supposed to wait 10 seconds before my next song. It starts with direction, a simple revelation. I'm stuck in rotation, can't seem to escape it, but I run to the edges and find a new sensation. A whirlwind, I'm spinning, hoping that I'll make it as I hold my breath and lift my feet off the ground. Yeah, I'm flying, yeah, I'm flying, spread my wings out wide as I touch the sky. Yeah, I'm Sophia Angelica Music. Listen to my new album, #Angelicas, that just came out about 2 months ago. Thank you so much, everyone.
Wowee!
Happy
Wowee,
Earth Day.
Sophia. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Thanks for supporting Wonderama and all the good work that you're doing. Congratulations, Marvin Hamlish.
Yeah,
Guy.
it was such an honor.
I imagine. Well, thank you for being here.
Thanks, Paul.
We really appreciate it. All right. Aren't we fortunate here to have such wonderful talent? And the talent keeps coming and coming on. And we have two twins who have been part of our events for many, many years. These are two people who you can count on, who care about world peace, care about Mother Earth, care about God, and care about so many various spiritual outreaches. You need to go to their website and learn more about them. They're coming out all the time with new material, and they're going to dance, I believe, today, and sing, I guess. And we're really lucky to have the Indigo Twins join us. So please join us, and we're going to go and play their video and get this thing going. Here we go.
It's a miracle. It's spring. The cherry blossoms are in bloom. This is our composition dedicated to everyone who believes in the miracle of spring, of rebirth. Come join us and sing along with us. It's a miracle.
Every time I hug a tree, flowers grow all over me, and I spin into the air like a fairy with no cares, thanking God you are here with me. Every time I look at thee, rays of light are hugging me, and I fly out of the window, hand in hand with you like sisters, thanking God I can sing with thee. You're a miracle in my life, a miracle, 'cause every time we breathe it's miracle, and every time we sing it's miracle, and every time I see you in the sky, in the night, in the stars, it's miracle, it's miracle, it's miracle. Every time I hug a child, a rainbow comes up in my heart, and I see sweet butterflies like the angels of the sky, praising God, dancing in the sunlight. Every time I look at thee, rays of light are hugging me, and I fly out of the window, hand in hand with you like sisters, thanking God we can sing like two birds in spring. You're a miracle, you're a as I am. And when I laugh or tear, you're there to give a hand. We dream the same dream, we fly the same seas. We're one like hand. You're a miracle, you're a miracle in my life, You're a miracle, yeah. You're a miracle in my life. 'Cause every time we breathe, it's a miracle. And you're phenomenal. You are magical. You're a miracle in my life.
Wowee! Wowee! We should all have this kind of relationship with our brothers and sisters. These two love each other. I know them for a long time. They just care so much about each other, and they're so talented. The Wicked Clone. Plus, write books, write poetry, write words. Just a magnificent, caring duo of twins, Indigo Girls. Thank you so much. What's your website, lady? What's
So it's indigogtwins.com. And I have to tell you that this day is a blessing, and every day, when you have a sister, when you have a brother who loves you, it's a miracle. So we thank God, we thank Jesus Christ for this blessed day, and every moment when we can breathe and sing. And this is a special time to thank my sister for orchestrating all these amazing songs. And we thank God for the divine inspiration, which is the greatest blessing. And what you heard are our voices. So if you want more uplifting art and Holy Spirited, divine, original songs, please look at Indigo G Twins on YouTube, and you'll see more than 100 original songs with blessed message. We love you, and we thank you so much. And we thank Paul, and we thank our mom, our greatest cinematographer, and all the team here who supports. God bless you.
And we thank Mother Nature for giving us the cherry blossoms, and the spring is spring at last. Let's celebrate life and spring. God bless you all, and see you soon. Thank you, Paul.
I love you both. I love you both. And I love your mom. What dedication. This is a mom who is dedicated her life to her children. How many moms are out there? We're talking about Mother Earth today. Everybody's a mom, actually, and everybody's a dad. Everybody is part of Mother Earth's life force. So let's cherish it and let's be happy, just like the twins just said. Okay, we're going to now take a moment. We had some fantastic Sophia and Mr. Hernandez and Indigo Twins. Now we're going to take a moment. We have a buddy. He wrote a book. It's called You Got This, Kid. Word of advice to young leaders. He also wrote another book, and that book is for young people. And so we're going to take a moment and share what the young people had to say about You Got This, Kid. Okay, let's go to their video. And they're also involved, I will mention, they strive to bring awareness to connectivity between our environment and lupus, as well as other autoimmune diseases. Lupus and our environment are united in not a good way. That's why we have to keep the air and life clean. That's right. But Karen's here. Well, how about that? She could speak for herself and share. She's the co-founder of the organization. Please, Karen, come and say something. You know, actually, a few other people were not feeling well, but you're feeling okay?
I'm doing fantastic.
All right, that's
And
good
it's a
news.
beautiful day, right?
It's a magnificent day.
So we're so honored to be here on Earth Day today talking about You Got This Kid Leadership Foundation. So as Paul mentioned, our co-founder Chuck Saya wrote leadership books for both elementary school age all the way up through high school and collegiate. And the unique thing about these leadership books is it gives valuable life lessons through various animal characters. One of which was about Sammy the duck, who is based on an actual duck in 2018 right here in New York City. Sammy the duck found himself in Central Park, and he was a rare mandarin duck. So out of place and unsure of himself, he soon found a welcoming community who embraced his unique attributes and allowed him to spread his wings. Sammy the duck ended up being New York City's most eligible bachelor in 2018. So these books go through various animal characters and share these unique soft skill lessons that we so need to be talking about, in addition to the academia side. And so the You Got This Kid Leadership Foundation centers around giving kids the courage to spread their wings like Sammy the duck and find themselves through these various diverse animals with each of their lessons that they want to share. So you'll watch a video that where they'll be reading through one of the chapters in the books. Thank you.
I'm here with Courtney McGinnis. Hi, Courtney. How are you?
Good. How are you, Paul?
All right, good. Courtney's on the board of You Got This Kid, and this organization is marvelous, and we're so excited to have them part of our activities for world peace, for World Water Day and Earth Day. And so You Got This Kid, words of advice for young leaders. I got all excited because the foreword, and first of all, Chuck Saya is a good friend and a very smart man. It starts off with navigating treacherous waters. See, waters have a lot of meaning to everyone. And there's the first part, it's called It's About You. And It's About You has one person in a boat. So it's all about you, and it's all good. And our good friend Courtney, who's also a professor at Quinnipiac, correct? What are you doing up there?
I'm doing lots of good things. I'm currently the program director for the Environmental Science and Studies program here at Quinnipiac. And I'll be doing this reading as a member for the You Got This Kid Leadership Foundation, where I'm a board member there.
Fantastic. All right. It's about you. It's about you, Courtney. Now, if you could read that, that would be wonderful to share with our press conference. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, here we go. So part one, it's about you. The first section of this book is about you becoming your best self. Much of your career is about you, so we'll start there. In the second half of the book, we'll talk about how it's not all about you, though. Many strong individuals and forces will shape your career, and you need to learn how to handle those situations. But first, you. A large portion of your success in life is dependent on you. I witness so many people in the business world of all ages and at all levels forget personal responsibility. They blame others for their lack of success. They blame circumstances like market downfall or the inability to effectively lead. And the most often used excuse of all, they complain about not having the time to focus on themselves. If we could create perfect circumstances for everyone, we could all succeed. I could guarantee that you will be the next manager, division head, CEO, or chairman of a company of your choice. Maybe I could guarantee that you will be the next head coach or general manager of your favorite sports franchise. Or how about guaranteeing that your startup will be sold for $1 billion? Wouldn't that be nice? Unfortunately, it's not that simple. Perfect circumstances rarely, if ever, occur. So the wise thing to do is to work on what you can control, you. In this section, we focus on 3 simple stories from the animal world. Protect what makes you different. Mandarin ducks do. Butterflies are magnificent, but they didn't start out that way. Developing a thick skin early will add years to your staying power. As you will see, it works for armadillos. Here we go.
Here we go. Courtney, great job. Thank you so much for sharing this important book. You Got This Kid, Words of Advice for Young Leaders, and for all the important work you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Hi, my name is Brooklyn, and I will be introducing my sister Savannah. The book she'll be reading today is You Got This Kid, Leadership Advice for Children. It is a coloring book. I also wanted to share my favorite character, William the Caterpillar. Savannah, what's your favorite character? My favorite character is Alexa the Armadillo. And that is the chapter I will be reading today. Meet Alexa, the brave armadillo, who is one of William's best friends. Alexa has a thick skin that protects her from harmful animals, like pumas, who are mean predators. When Alexa is in danger, she feels scared, like when she's alone in the jungle. But even when she is scared, Alexa's thick skin helps her to be brave. Be courageous. She knows her armor will protect her. William's thick skin is different. Alexa's, but Alexa's teaches William that he also has a thick armor shell, one that has been built from all the things he has learned in his life. When things get tough for William, he remembers bare times when his life went when things didn't go the way he wanted, like when he got into a fight with his best friend, or when he didn't do well on a test. He remembered feeling scared and sad during those times, but most importantly, he remembered where he survived to learn from those hard times. So those especially experiences helped William build his armor. He gave him the bravery and courage to become a great butterfly leader. William can learn from you. When did you have a hard time with something or things didn't go the way you wanted? What is something you learned from that experience? Thank you. Thank you for watching us read You Got This Kid, Leadership Advice for Children. Yes. It's a great book. you start reading it.
So, if you're willing to support us developing young leaders who are driving positive change, both with our environment, particularly removing toxins for our environment, and furthering the health of people with autoimmune diseases, specifically lupus, please visit yougotThisKid.org. Thank you and happy Earth Day.
Karen, thank you so much. YouGotThisKid.org. All right, great. Thank you. Okay, we're going to now go. That's our youth. That's our next generations who care about Mother Earth. I had an interview with an organization called Unblinded with Sean Callagy and Andrea Cantanio, and who I made friends with this year. And they have, I feel, a lot to say and share about helping others in the business world, in real life. And so we're going to go to a conversation we had. And Andrea speaks a lot about her family. This is a family-minded show. She talks about her family. She talks about the importance of her dad, who was in the corporate world for many years, ExxonMobil, then went out and did Environmental Protection Agency. And Sean is going to speak a little bit about his own personal quest. He's partially blinded. However, you're going to hear now from somebody who partially blinded doesn't seem to be holding this man down. He's skiing, he's surfing, he's living life, and he's a very smart guy. So let's go to hear Sean and Andrea and Unblinded now.
Hi, it's Paul Slakis. I couldn't be any happier. I have two wonderful people here to speak to. They're unblinded, and I met Andrea Catano first and at an investment event, because she's a very smart lady, and it was a big joy, and she's been so kind to me since then. But I'm going to ask Andrea a question, then we're going to get to Sean Callagy. Do I say that your last name right, Sean?
Callagy.
Callagy. Okay.
Yep.
In any case, we're doing good so far here. So, Andrea, you mentioned something to me. We're talking about. I'm broadcasting this. What we're doing right now is going to be broadcast to the world. You mentioned to me something very sincere about you and your dad, and I like when people love their dad and mom and their kids and their family. I love when families are happy. I love when everybody is happy. And that's our whole Pause the World for Peace mission is everybody be happy. We want to have a party September 21st, if not every day, at 12 noon. And just we're lucky to be here and to be kind to each other. So Andrew, what does that mean to you? What because it was Earth Day, we were talking about Earth Day, and you said, and you were reminded, or you thought of your dad. Why?
I was so, thank you so much for that. I was so moved about your passion for this project and how much you care about the planet and how influential you've been over the years. And my dad was such an inspiration to me. He was the first kid in his family to go to college. He only spoke Italian till he was 6. And he became, through the kindness of a good teacher who recognized how smart he was, he wound up accelerating. Before that, he had really no opportunities. He was put in, there was no English as a second language class. This kid was getting in trouble. And I tell you what was a teacher who inspired him, who turned him around, and he became valedictorian of his high school. He was a PhD chemical engineer and was a big executive at Exxon for 25 years. But he wanted to do more in the world and left. He took an early retirement to go work for EPA and ran Region 2. For anyone who knows the regions around the country, it's the most polluted part of the country. And he attacked and helped. I mean, unbelievable levels of improvement to the East Coast, and was so modest about it. And this guy burst into song. Like, I felt like I grew up on a Broadway show. He was just such a guy who loved life and who was so much like the beauty that I've learned from Sean about integrity-based human influence is how my father lived his life. And that's what attracted me so much to the work that Sean does, is my dad just made you feel loved and heard and seen and understood, and like you were the most important person in the room, and that you were the smartest person in the room. But the fact that he cared so much about the planet and health, and it inspired me to want to do more. And I miss him every day. I may have mentioned I lost him to pancreatic cancer. All I'll say is he went in 3 months. It was horrific. But at his memorial, the common theme of the 30, 40 people who got up to say something beautiful was that he listened. This man leaned in and was someone who made me feel so special. And that just, even now saying it gives me chills that he had that legacy, because that's who I want to be. I want to be impactful. I want to make a difference. I want to make people feel like they matter, because they do.
And you do that. You are an unbelievable person. You are one of the greatest listeners. And I did a soap opera. I remember Larry Auerbach. He started soap operas on television a long time ago, Love of Life. And he used to say, the secret of a good actor is being a good listener. Because you need to, in a soap opera, the story goes all around the place, and you have to be able to not talk about whatever your lines are. You have to talk about what the person said right in front of you. So, and you're magnificent at this. So, so thank you very much for sharing. Sean is phenomenal. I agree. I just have met him through this unblinded organization, which I recommend very highly for people who want to be motivated in life. And Sean, I will say, and you've been very open about it, and maybe I don't know if your title of your organization is built around unblinded, because in essence, I believe you have some seeing disorders, right?
Yeah.
And you're living on Mother Earth, and you're also go skiing on the ice, on water. And since we're talking about this, so you're not letting something that occurred in your life maybe even change your life. If not, maybe it's enhanced your life. I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, well, thank you, Paul, so much. And I couldn't agree more. I'm so grateful to Andrea for the introduction. Andrea is now our company's counsel, my law firm's counsel, and Blinded's counsel, and I'm immensely grateful for that. She is a genius and a master at the highest level, as are you, Paul, and just really grateful. Yeah, so when I was 5 years old, my mom found that I was going to go blind from retinitis pigmentosa, like her father. I am blind. I can't see a single thing on the screen in front of me. I have a little bit of peripheral vision. But you are correct, brother. I ski, double black diamonds. I surf in tropical storms, even a quasi-hurricane. It depends on how you qualify hurricanes. But I love nature. I'm incredibly grateful. Earth Day for me. My daughter is a wildlife ecology major at school. She's going to be interning at Mystic Seaport, working with the sea lions and pinnipeds, all the pinnipeds this year. But I couldn't be more grateful. I surfed 82 days last year as a blind man. I skied 22 days this year in 2023 across this winter. And I work and create impact and love and enjoy the outdoors, because I think at the end of the day, as entrepreneurs, as human beings on this earth, our love for this planet and our love for people, it's a complexity at times, of course, but is foundational if we're truly to be happy and fulfilled. Couldn't be more grateful. And yes, my blindness, Paul, has been a massive enhancement in my life. Cost me my professional baseball career. I was Columbia University baseball captain in the ancient times of the 1990s. But what it has brought is so much more than what it has taken. And I often ask folks, and I actually did a speaking engagement this morning about, like, what if every horrible thing that's ever happened in our life, I'm blind, that's a horrible thing by most standards, actually brings a commensurate and greater benefit. And I have massive empathy. I know some people who've been through trauma and crime victims and every other thing could say, how could you possibly say that? But as a blind person, I do have an access, and I've lost people I love, and people I love have been traumatized horribly. But to a person, with the right choices, I've always seen, no matter what the detriment, a massive, empowering access it creates. So that's what's on my heart.
You guys are on my heart. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be able to share you guys with our audience on this Earth Day for a live broadcast out of Times Square. For me, your keynote speakers, because the wisdom that you've just shared hallows life. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
It does. Thank you.
kind of where I want to go. And the Commissioner of Environmental Protection Agency, like your dad, Andrea, just spoke a couple minutes before you. So that's from New York City. So it's all good. I thank you both for sharing. If somebody wants I see there's a hat somewhere behind your heads. If somebody wanted to go to Unblinded, where would they go?
They would go to unblindedmastery.com. Unblindedmastery.com. And we're not just inspirational, motivational. We're here to help people accelerate their impact in the world. Philanthropic fundraising, business building, we talk about, and we feel very confident that the technology we have for how human beings cause yes with integrity is a very special and unique space. And when you have sophisticated, brilliant people like Andrea, again, my counsel now, but has been in this space, and very sophisticated people believe and understand what this is.
Okay. And I've already learned a lot from you guys. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
We look forward to seeing you again soon, Paul. Take care.
See you.
Thanks so much,
Bye-bye.
Paul.
Bye.
I had a lot to say. Remember, you can go and actually hear this later, or actually now. I guess we're on YouTube, / Good News Broadcast. We're on Facebook.com/Unify. Okay? So this is a live show. Here's Georgia, Christina in the back here. We have some real talent that's going to be performing here quite soon. And so, out of due respect, actually, You Got This Kid people I know through my college, which now is a university, Quinnipiac. Go Bobcats. I do need to share something that who plays hockey? Because the Bobcats just won the hockey championship here in America, and so we're very proud of them. But we're also very proud of the leadership of the school, Dr. Judy Olian, and what the students are doing at the school. So it's Quinnipiac University up in Hamden, Connecticut. We're going to go to a video where she's speaking about what is peace and what the students are doing for sustainability. Here we go.
Dr. Judy Olian, what does peace mean to you?
That is a wonderful question. I can think of it in two ways. I can think of it in terms of the context of how I live and I'm surrounded by. And I can think of it in the very broad context of global peace. I'll answer it in two ways. One, what does peace mean to me? It means seeing the transformational impact of what education is doing to the lives of very diverse students. And I had that experience of, quote, peace yesterday when I had lunch with 8 or 10 of our students at Quinnipiac who are doing public service projects in the community with state and local officials, helping kids from underprivileged backgrounds, helping the environment, helping a community like the local township of Hamden reach out to citizens, residents in need, and seeing how that experience may change them as part of their education. That's exactly what transformation through education means. Transformation through experience. To me, that really touches my heart and says, that's why you're doing what you're doing, Judy. On a global scale, I think of two examples now, how privileged we are in this country that in those areas that have availed themselves of the tremendous, miraculous scientific advances that gave us COVID vaccines that enabled us to conquer a pandemic. I wish that upon all parts of the world. To me, that is peace because everyone deserves it. And as somebody who has lived for a long time in Israel and had roots in Israel, I wish that there can be a solution that recognizes the humanity of all people who live in that region.
You are fantastic. Thank you so much. You really.
Thank you, Paul.
So
Thank
honored
you
to-
for being so easy to talk to and for prompting such great questions. And we ride your coattails. You make us very proud as a Quinnipiac alum, as a member of the Bobcat family.
I'm writing yours, and it's always all we are is what we are with each other, and that's the forward motion of life. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My university. Isn't it nice that if you went to a school 50 years ago, and it's still in business, and they're still only growing, and added a medical school, added a law school, and a great sports team. The Bobcats won the hockey here in America, and they had a great jazz festival when I went there. And so it's a big deal to be connected to a school that has done so well.